Interesting news, the Oluwo of Iwo, his name is Oba Abdurrashid Akombi. Oba Abdurrashid Akombi, he is advocating for the creation of Sharia courts all over Yoruba land. Very funny. A prominent traditional ruler, Oluwo of Iwo, if you have heard that name before, Oba Abdurrashid Akombi, he is advocating for the creation of Sharia courts in the southwest. We know that this issue have caused crisis. Many people have rejected, especially from the southwest. Many people, both Christians and Muslims, have rejected the idea of Sharia courts in the southwest. But yet, this prominent traditional ruler, the Oluwo of Iwo, is coming out to say that yes, we can have, we need. He said we need it to look at the issues concerning Muslims in the southwest. My brother, many people have come out to, they have rejected. He's been attacked now. The Oluwo of Iwo is being attacked online, on social media. Many Yoruba youths, southwestern youths, are attacking the Oluwo of Iwo over that statement. Before that, let's look at this video. Yoruba elders have come to resolve the issues, the religious crisis, the issue with the Sharia. Yoruba elders, they came together, they converged to deal with this issue of Sharia in the southwest. Watch this video, we'll be right back for much more analysis.
Kò sí ẹ̀sìn tí kò sí ìbò rẹ̀ lórí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì. Mo ka ti Islam dé level kan níbi ọdún mẹ́ta lèmi tí máa ń kàyàn kìíní yẹn pé ìbàjẹ́ yìí pọ̀ fa. Mo sápò ni, mo wá kánjú tàwọn Christian náà mo ní èyí ìbò àyà. Mo kánjú tàwọn traditionalist lórí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì kan náà. Íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì mi sùn tí ń dá gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ̀. Orí ẹ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn tó ń dá wàhálà yìí lẹ́nu kálukú tí ń lọ píìkì tí ó píìkì. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ káwọn kìíní kan òbí mi sì máa ń sọ lásìkò wá sí mi.
Èèyàn máa ń ta sí àgẹ̀rẹ̀ sí orí òun ìran rẹ̀ káwọn ọmọ kó nínú crusade ní evangelist eléyìí ló ti fọ ọ̀nà wá lọ́wọ́ èyí jẹ́ kí ìkùnsínú kó máa jẹ́ mí ní bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe wà orí ọ̀rẹ́ nínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan oní ẹ́dítọ̀ Guardian Ògúnṣọlá.
Yes, looking at that video, you see Christians, Muslims, and traditionalists all coming together, converging together to deal with the issue. Yoruba land needs to be peaceful, nothing like Sharia. You don't have to bring in Sharia. For what end? To what end? This is a secular state. Bringing in Sharia, you are bringing more pressure and causing more havoc. We have said it. Look at the states that we have Sharia in Nigeria. You can see how they are developing backwards. In education, backwards. In economy, backwards. In security, backwards. So importing such ideal in Yoruba land is a no-no. These elders, they came together and they are deliberating on how they can live peacefully, coexist together peacefully. I envy the Yoruba elders, but you know this, my Igbo elders. You see, people want to be elders, but they don't want to be responsible. They don't want to show responsibility. Yes, they don't want to show accountability. People want to be elders in the southeast, but looking at all these things that are happening, you wonder, don't we have elders? Looking at what is happening, the insecurity, all have you, our elders have not come together for one day. We have not had a press conference where Igbo elders come together. It is not Ohaneze, because it is not Afenifere that addressed from the southwest. It is not Afenifere. You didn't see Afenifere in that video. I'm not talking about Ohaneze. Ohaneze does not represent, for me personally, the Igbo people, the interests, the values of the Igbo people is a political creation. I'm talking about Igbo elders coming together to address issues concerning their children in Igbo land. Look at how these men came out to address the issue. That's how you know how you respect elders in any given society. So the fact remains that peace is a must in the southeast. Nobody is going to bring in any form of insecurity, whether it is Sharia or no Sharia. But funny thing is that the Oluwo of Iwo has spoiled the whole thing, coming to say that yes, we want Sharia in Yoruba land. You know one thing, the Yorubas respect their traditional rulers. For this man to come and say this, it is something else. It is something else. That means There's a lot to contend with, and there's a lot that these elders need to address. I love the Yoruba people. They will take it from one level of negotiation and consultation to another. From where they are, they will take it to the top guys in Yoruba land, and they will look into it critically. Because as we speak now, we know that there is a Fulani fundamentalist agenda in the south, not only southwest, in the south. One of the reasons why I'm also speaking on this is because the only thing we have in common, one of the major things we have in common with the southwest is religion. Religion is one of the major things we have in common with the southwest. If these guys are able to penetrate into the southwest, my brother, they will find ways of getting into the southeast. As I was traveling to the village, a Yoruba man was sitting in the front seat. We are all going to the east. People that are saying that the east is not safe, this is that. Let's not give ourselves false narratives. This Yoruba man, 2 or 3 in the bus, we are all going to the east by road. We got through night. Through night. He's a Yoruba man. He was going to minister. He's a pastor at a program. We all stay together and we all talk together. He's a Yoruba man. I know I'm talking about Yoruba man. You see this common thing we have, which is religion, in Yoruba land, in the southwest. If the southwest is being taken over by Sharia, you see, little by little now, they are appointing Igbos, empowering them, using politics, using economic power that they have. These guys are tricky. When they seize economic power through small, they'll do as if they don't know anything. Give them that position. They'll use that position. These Fulani fundamentalists, whether it is a Buhari or whether it is whoever, when they find themselves in power, they will use their position to convert people to Islam by forcing to starve people of whatever. They will call these politicians, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. Make sure that there's this, there's that. In the bus I entered, the houses in the southeast were bold to come out and speak for themselves, because we have an Uzodimma who is giving some people leverage over some other people in the southeast. That is on the other level. What I'm saying is that the reason why I'm speaking on this topic so vehemently is because if they enter the southwest, it will be a challenge in the southeast. We know that we are going to push back any narrative. Whatever they are bringing is a done deal, is a lost cause. But we have this relationship with the southwest, whereby in my village, there is the apostolic church. In my village, there is the apostolic church. In my village, there is CAC. There is Cherubim and Seraphim. You don't know what I'm saying. In my village, there's a mosque. In my village, there's a mosque in my village. You see, when people talk about Igbos are not tolerant, Igbos are not this, Igbos are not that. See, forget all these people online that are trying to give the Igbos a bad name. Don't follow these guys. These guys are terrible human beings. My brother, the relationship we have with the southwest when it comes to religion is massive. And if we allow these people move in with their Sharia, it will take not too long before they start permeating through the same southwesterner, because they themselves, they cannot bring that. They cannot. Those Fulani guys, Islamic guys, Supreme Sharia Council of Nigeria, headed by the Fulani fundamentalists, they cannot meet an Igbo imam or an Igbo Islamist, if like be a sheikh. They cannot meet that man to bring Sharia into the southeast. Instead, they will use proxy. They can use a southwesterner. A southwesterner will join an Igbo man. Those kind networking. But outrightly bringing an Igbo man to come and establish, they don't burn the person well. They don't burn the person well. So they can really, through the southwest, come into Igbo land. That's why we are pushing back this Islamic ideology, this Islamic conquest. We have said so many things about the Fulani. The Fulani itself, they don't tire for us. They say, how these guys know anything about us? If they deny that this is not us, we'll give them examples. They tell you that Sharia does not affect an unbeliever. It's a lie. There are so many instances whereby if they are practicing Sharia in a community, you dare not do something as a non-believer openly. They restrict you from doing something as a non-believer. They restrict you to doing some things as a non-believer, and it's so unfortunate. So any of their narratives they are pushing, that they know. So I dey pity for our Yoruba brothers. Now your kings are interested in establishing Sharia all over the West. There's more you can do to stop this thing, because as we speak, there are movements. See, these Islamists, these people of a thing, they have a bad agenda, and they are willing to kill themselves for anything. They are willing to destroy and be destroyed for anything. All we are asking is for peace in the Southwest. This ideology of Sharia is from man. It's from man. Let it remain with the man that in the Arab. See, look at Saudi Arabia. I don't know why people you have not been able to fix your region. You are bringing in something that is destroying your region, and you start gaslighting people by quoting the Quran. No, don't gaslight people by quoting the Quran. We know the true nature of this Sharia. We know the true nature. The true nature of Sharia, we know it, my brother. Let's not deceive ourselves. We know it. If I'm a Muslim and I'm practicing Islam, I have a Christian friend, I should not be even eating together with the Christian friend. I see that Christian friend as a kafir, an outcast. That is just by becoming a Muslim, just by practicing Islam. Somebody who is not a Muslim has become an infidel. I see you as an enemy, just like that. Just by becoming a Muslim. If I become a Muslim today and I start applying the hadiths, the teachings of Muhammad, my brother who is not a Muslim has become a threat to me. Kill for Allah is dear. See, don't let anybody gaslight you. These things are real. These things are what is tenable in the. Some people, while fasting during Ramadan, if you eat in their front, they will change it for you. That is somebody practicing Islam. While a Christian who is even fasting, he doesn't want you to know that he's fasting. He does that to himself and his God. Some people, they ban the use of manicure in the north. Manicure, those things that all those people that sell boutique, they use and they wear clothes on. They ban it in some places in the north because they feel that it arouses them. A Christian, Jesus has taught us, the Holy Spirit has given us the ability to overcome temptations. If like, let them stand in our front, we will keep on our faith. But Islam is all about wanting to dominate, make sure other people. So I don't think that Sharia will bring a lot of issues in the Southwest. Now, bringing in Sharia in the Southwest, those people who call themselves moderates or people that are welcoming, they will not be welcoming again, because the true application of the Islam and Sharia is that everybody becomes Muslim. That is the truth. That's the goal of Sharia, to dominate and dominate. Whether they do it by manipulation, whether they do it by being straightforward. I told you before, Islam approves that you lie. If it involves an infidel, somebody who is a non-believer, you are permitted to lie. That is the Islamic religion. You are permitted to lie. When I saw this, I went to check it again, and a sheikh, a Muslim scholar, confirmed it. And the way he confirmed it so that it will not be like Islam is asking you to become a liar. So the way he confirmed it, he was confirming it one side. I was shocked. Is this what you are importing into the Southwest? I've said it before over and over again. The Southwest will not stand to look at its development go down the drain. I thank God for what is happening in the Southeast. People are getting the message. Everybody is coming together. See, first, you are a human being. Second, you are a Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa. Then third, before you are any religion. Religion does not come before your tribe. I'm telling you, religion does not come before your tribe. I'm a Christian. I was born my own Christianity. I'm almost a pastor, an assistant pastor in my church, and I know what I'm talking about. So I know what it means that the Holy Spirit has made us a new creature. We are citizens of heaven. But having said that, we are first Igbos before we are Christians. God gave us an identity before we are Christians. I'm telling you, your tradition, because everything you see is how you have access to God. Some traditions have not been upgraded and updated on how you can have access to God. So somebody sells to you their technology and also sells to you their religion and culture, Western culture and lifestyle. The English you are speaking is a borrowed language, is a culture, is a tradition of somebody else. The Christianity is the culture and tradition of the Israelites. It is somebody's culture and tradition at a point in time. Judaism also is somebody's culture and tradition. So whatever somebody is saying about Sharia is somebody else's prescribed way to assess God. That is not the ultimate. So we don't only assess God through Sharia. There are other hadiths in the Bible. There are other ways you can practice your Islam in the Quran. I tell you, chase away these fundamentalists. They mean no good. Look at them very well. When you look at these Islamic fundamentalists, how have they been useful to their society, to their region? No. All these are religious leaders. How have they been useful when you talk about development to the region? You don't see anything usefulness. They're just there. It's just like you are smoking. You are smoking. Anytime you are not smoking, you feel like smoking. That's how they practice their religion. Religion is just like an opium, something that makes you high. You want to be high. I want to be high. After sometimes you come down. You want to be high again. That's how they do. That's how religion is. How does religion affect the development of mankind? Having access to God, you must download some things that God will give you. As per your religion, you must download some things that God will give you to become a better person and also better your society. Better wherever you are. That's how it's supposed to be. Not to say you want to bring Sharia. We saw what happened in Ilorin. Some people are trying to turn the narrative. You bring down a Christmas banner because of political reasons when it is Christmas season. You are bringing down a Christmas banner. You are saying it is because of political reasons. And you are not explaining what political reasons are there. During Christmas, and when you were bringing out the banner, they were laughing. When you watch the video very well, at the background, you were laughing. A lawmaker put up a banner, and you people go and bring it down. Would that same, in that Ilorin, would any Islam or Muslim accept that for whatever reason, whether political, economic, whatever reasons? They will not accept that. They will turn to being violent. That's why I tell you that. See, anyway, they practice Sharia. It is more about dominating than them just having to solve their issues as Muslims. Their personal issues, land, inheritance, marriage, and everything. It's more about dominating. Let me tell you, it is. See, the deceit is massive. This Sharia, the deceit is massive. They are coming through the back door to take over. You see, what happened during Afonja would tell you a lot. The story, what happened during Afonja. If you are a Southwesterner, you're a Yoruba person, you have not read, or you are not versatile with that piece of history, go back and know what happened to Afonja. How Alimi and Sko manipulated themselves. Now we have Kwara State, a Yoruba state, as a North Central state. Even with this place, everybody eye don't open. Nobody can really do anything about it. They have stamped their foot in Yoruba land, and nobody is sending them away. Somebody said that they can. See, if you see, when I say religion is like opium, you know what it is? Have you taken something and you are high, or you are drinking alcohol? You are high. When you are high, you don't really have control over yourself. I'm telling you, it's just like football. People that like football, whether you are Muslim or Christian, if you like football, at the football ground, you will come together. So whether you are Yoruba or not, if they give you that Islamic and Sharia fundamentalism, if you take it, you become high. you forget whether you're Yoruba. So some of these Yorubas that are pushing the Sharia of a thing, they forget that they need to preserve their own culture and heritage first. They need to preserve their region first for anything to thrive on it. Yes, because it can't be, because what this Sharia wants to achieve at the end of the day is to make sure that they stamp out every other person and convert every other person to Islam. Look at it very well. What is their own achieve? What they want to achieve is to make sure that they chase every other religion and everybody starts. Look at Muhammad, what he did. That was the focal point. Look at Uthman Dan Fodio. Look at the jihadists before these Fulanis. Look at what their aim was. Their aim was to make sure everybody must be converted. Now, the Battle of Oshogbo was a resounding victory for Ibadan, marking the end of Sokoto's caliphate jihad in Yoruba territory. You remember that story? Sokoto caliphate were going about conquering communities and converting them to Islam. I told you the main aim of these people is to conquer you and convert you to Islam. Maybe today's warfare is a systematic warfare. It's not a physical warfare as it's were, because the development has taken over everywhere. Not like those days you can't carry your knife and everything and start saying you must. No, it doesn't happen, because there's a law and there's a constitution, and that constitution everyone needs to abide by it. There's also a global politics, geopolitics, that will even make some core Islamic states not take some actions or some Christians anyhow, because of the politics that is being played globally. So all those things are restricting that kind of movement. But if you forget the Sokoto's caliphate jihad in Yoruba land, my brother, you have not started. You are yet to understand what these people are capable of. I'm telling you, what these people are capable of. So the Olu of Iwo, I don't know what made him say what he is saying, because I know he has been controversial of late. He's one of the most controversial kings in the southwest. He needs to pipe down and understand that Yorubas have been practicing Islam, and they have not been practicing it the Sharia way. That does not. I've studied the Quran. I don't know much about the Quran. Nobody knows much about the Quran. I'm telling you, Quran, the written version of the Quran is not what we have today. It is the memorized version. Anything you see in the book, that book called Quran, is the memorized version. Because how do they store knowledge? How do they store or preserve information those days? Is by memorizing. That's why we have so many youngsters in Africa and other places that have memorized the Quran. So the way they kept knowledge, they preserved knowledge then, was memorizing. So the person memorizing the Quran and people were writing it. So there's no actual text of the Quran as we speak. So nobody knows the Quran as it is. That's why we have hadith to explain some, or to throw more light into some parts of the Quran. So I've studied, I understand a bit of what I'm saying. I'm not just saying anything. Sharia will even stop the progress in the southwest.